Now, ahead of Mother's Day, we've got TV and radio presenter Jenny Powell and also Lou Hickey on with us. How are you both doing today?
Oh, smashing. Thank you very much. I don't know about Lou. I think you're all right, aren't you, Lou?
I'm doing really good. Really good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Now, Jenny, of course, as well as being a TV and radio presenter, it's being a mother that you say gives you the most joy. And you're not alone, apparently, with 18% of mothers believing there's no better job out there. So what would you say is the best part about being a mum?
For me personally, and also I'm surprised with those research results because I thought it'd be more.
Yeah.
So that it. For me personally, I think it's just this overwhelming sort of unconditional love that you feel when you have your first child. It's something you can't really put into words, but it's the most satisfying, the most fulfilling experience and love that carries on, obviously, till the day you die. So yeah, for me, it's that feeling. It's just my favourite thing, and that's why I have to say it's my favourite job in the world. And I've had a few jobs in my time, Toby, but yeah, this one takes the biscuit.
Yeah, I suppose for a lot of people, the job that you do professionally is a dream job. So the fact that mothering is even better says a lot.
It does, doesn't it? And I mean, for me, it's pure entertainment as well. Another part of the research that was done by One4all Gift Cards came out with the fact that 43% of British mums said that kids just made them laugh and that's what they loved. And it is so true. And every day, not a day goes by without Pollyanna, my 13-year-old, or Connie, my 21-year-old, making me laugh, honestly. Just the best. I always recommend to new mums, make sure you write down, have a journal, where you write down those little crackers that they say, because you'll forget otherwise, amidst all the other things you have to remember. So, yeah, especially Polly, she's just hilarious. She's come out with some corkers, and I'll give you an example, right, Toby? So I'm always doing, school run, same time, same place. I call it the drain of the Monday. And then this particular time, drop her off at the bus stop, and she looks at me. She's obviously sort of sussed out what kind of mood I'm in. And, remember as well, I am an older mum. And she said, Mum, I know why it's called the menopause. And I was like, what? And she went, because men do your head in, don't they? And then she got out of the car and left me with that. And you know what? I thought, bless your heart, and I chuckled for the rest of the day. So it was something that, was actually very true, but actually not a great thing. She turned it around for me. And it's those lovely moments that, and they're little things, but they're those special things that you just don't forget as a mum.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's bring in Lou here because, of course, you're from One4all Gift Cards who did this research. I guess 18% seems low for mothers believing there's no better job out there, but I guess the other 82%, most of them, still enjoy being a mum.
Oh, look, absolutely. I think it's what the One4all Gift Card research shone a spotlight on is that, being a mum, it does have its ups and downs, but British mums are certainly enjoying every step of it. Yeah. There was some really great findings that came out, like the good, the bad, and the funny. But, for example, some of the more unexpected things that popped up for mums, and in particular for new mums, was the lack of time that they have to themselves. And certainly Jenny and I were chatting earlier on, and she was saying about, weekends are busy, and you're bringing the children around, and you're dropping Pollyanna off to soccer, for example, and suddenly your social life definitely becomes more dominated by children, and that's certainly echoed in our recent research.
Yeah, and COVID has made things either better or worse, really, because depending on the jobs people have had to stay at home with their kids a lot more, and for some people that would be an absolute nightmare, whereas others, I think I've heard some people say that they've actually quite enjoyed getting to know their children a bit more.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? It was awful in one way with Connie, my eldest, because she's in her third year now at university, and she worked really hard. She got into the university she wanted to get into, and then 6 months into it, boom, she's on the doorstep. Awful. But selfishly speaking, as a mum, I'd had that empty empty nest syndrome, as they call it, when she'd left, you know, and had the odd tear when I used to go up into her empty bedroom, and like, I couldn't wait to get her back home, you know. And we really all did bond so very much in those few months. You know, and it's things like we went on these major walks all together we'd never have done. I mean, all the things you wouldn't have done with your children. I think you know, you have to turn things around, always look at the positive. You know, there's lots of things you never have done and you did do them, and it was really nourishing in some ways. In other ways, you know, depends what age your kids are. I think over the last few months, homeschooling a certain age, just a nightmare. But again, Pollyanna, she was sort of 12, 11, 12, 13. So in that age group, not so bad. So it's, you know, it's a bit of both really, isn't it? Where some things you realised, you know, you just wanted things to go back to normal. Other things were like, wow, well, we'd never experienced this all together. So I just hold on to the good bits, and that's just having some lovely, lovely times with them that I'd never have had normally. Yeah.
What are the biggest unexpected joys of being a mum, do you think?
Oh, well, I think, like I say, children making you laugh. There's some great things that have come out of that. And what I found out as well is that, and again, this has all been through the research that One4all Gift Cards have done. Like 31% of mums have had that secret cry in the car. Now, you know, that is because I think we do bring a lot of guilt onto ourselves. We're always punishing ourselves as mums, you know, especially in this day and age, that, you know, we don't give our kids enough time. You know, a lot of us are working mums. So it's always guilt. But I've loved the wonderful thing that is your kids are great therapy. Quite often they've come out with the wisest things. You know, they've said the wisest things, they've done the most gracious things, and there's a lovely sort of innocence about it. And even Pollyanna, you know, 13 years old, and she said to me one time, again at the bus stop, I seem to get therapy at the bus stop, she went, Mum, you know, it's okay not to be okay. She said, it's all right, you could do that in front of me, I know I'm your child, but it's all right sometimes, you don't always have to be so positive. And I went, oh, okay then. You know, so it's really been lovely to see them grow up. And Connie is an adult now at 21. She's emotionally intelligent. And, you know, she's a great rock for me, to be honest, Toby. And, you know, there's times when she'll look across a crowded room and she'll give me that knowing look, because we're so connected. And I'll feel better because I know she knows. So, you know, I'm forever grateful, to be honest.
Yeah. And no matter how old they get, you still miss them, don't you? Because as you mentioned earlier and on your show the other day, that your oldest is at uni and you want her to come back.
It's true. Yeah, I mentioned that on my radio show, didn't I? Because it's the third year. And so I'm thinking, oh, she'll be finished soon. And I could really do with her. Can't she just come back home and stay at home? But obviously I'm supposed to be saying, right, that's it, you've done your degree, get out in the big wide world, you know, you're independent now. But I'm like secretly thinking, oh, please come home, I'm not going to change your bedroom, please come home.
You know what, that's what probably balances out, because nearly half the research from the One4all Gift Card research said that mums said that they didn't realize how little free time that they would have for themselves. So, but I mean, that would make sense then. The other 50% then saying, you know, that they want to spend time with their children, you know, so I think it's probably something, being part of a mum is always going to be that, you know, you want to spend time with them, but at the same time you want to empower them and give them that freedom to.
Yeah, it's really tricky. It's really hard not to get personal and actually quite indulgent and selfish about it, you know.
So what is the best way to spoil our mums this Mother's Day? Should we get them a One4all gift card, for example?
That's a great idea, Toby. But you know,
but honestly, he is because, Toby, I'll tell you why. Because I'm quite fussy, and you get to a certain stage in life and you've been given everything for Mother's Day. No offense, I don't want to sound ungrateful. So the thing is, with like a One4all gift card or a voucher or anything like that, you get a choice. So just give them something like that, and then I can go and choose what I want. And it saves me having to take stuff back and ask for receipts and stuff. Sorry, Lou, I was interrupting, but it's a good idea.
You're dead right, though. But you were mentioning that earlier on, and look, it is lovely to get candles and so soaps and bubbles and all of that kind of stuff. But, I think especially after the last 2 years that mums have had, that all of us have had, coming out of the pandemic, and that it's a great opportunity to give your mum a gift of choice, because, you can spend it in over 55,000 stores nationwide and online with participating retailers. And it's something that just suit every budget. So whether it's a student budget like Connie, whether it's, your own budget, it's anything from £10 upwards. But you can jump onto our website. You'll find lots more gift ideas on oneforall.com. And you can also pop into your local post office or most of the major supermarkets. You'll be able to pick up a One for All gift card there.
Yeah. And just out of interest, how does that gift card actually work? How do you manage to get a gift card that works in so many shops?
Well, it's testament to the number of retailers that have signed up. So on the website as well, you will be able to see the full list of retailers who accept the One for All gift card. So there's everything from, beauty, fashion to restaurant to home and gardens, and that you'd be able to redeem the One for All gift card in. But also we have the One for All favorites range. So I was saying to Jenny earlier on, my mom is a huge gardener, and the home and gardens favorites is a great idea for her, because she'll be able to pick up bits and bobs for the garden. But similarly, there's a One for All fashion favorites, there's One for All active favorites. So there's lots of different ones, something for a really unique gift for mum. Yeah. So lots of different ideas on the website.
Great.
So give them a choice, you see, and they can go and make their own minds up.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, where can we find out more information about this research?
Yeah, so you can find out more on the website oneforall.com. So that's ONE4ALL.com.
Great. Well, many thanks for coming on the show today. It's been great to have you both on.
Yeah, lovely to hear you, Toby. Bye.
Thanks a million.